Hello, welcome back to the Faithiest Podcast. I didn't upload yesterday. I apologize for that. I was hanging out with Mason for a little bit. A couple things have changed in the Electoral College. Again, I'm going to be doing one today. I'll be doing one tomorrow, and I'm going to try to get one done because I have school on Tuesday, and I'm going to try to get one done right after I get home from school. Let's get this done. Some changes, okay? A lot of things look the same. Michigan's now a toss-up state. Lots of people don't realize Michigan used to be one of those. Michigan still kind of is, but we don't know what's going to happen this election. We're reliably blue. It's going to go blue. Wasn't rated like Wisconsin, Michigan. They'd say, "Oh, these are battleground states that lean blue." Now Michigan is rated as a toss-up. Bit of a change. But the thing is, I'm going to go ahead and move Pennsylvania and Virginia to toss-ups as well, and Colorado, just to be fair. So let's go ahead and start this. Nevada polls. I believe the last... I've actually... I actually just hung out with Mason for a little bit. But about a day. I went over there around 2 o'clock yesterday and got back today. Trump has a 2-point lead there. That's poll-wise. So, but we, again, on the Faithiest Podcast, when I do these Electoral College videos, if you watch them, you know I base it squarely off the polls, nothing else. But early voting in Nevada, from what I've seen, looks to be helping Hillary Clinton. Huge Latino voter turnout. That's going to help Hillary a lot. Let's look at the polls. Trump, he's still always had about a 4-point lead, so he's going to win Arizona. I mean, if Hillary won Arizona, would that be nice? Yeah. It would essentially take away, and we're going to do some scenarios at the end here. Let's see, let's look at Colorado. So 2 days. So Clinton, her lead has gone up in Arizona a little bit. Last time I think it was like 1.5. That's good. She needs Colorado. Sorry, Colorado is one of those states she needs to win. Like, it's not one of those, ooh, I could lose it. Which, if she won like another state, like say we'll do that at the end here. But Colorado is a very important state. His lead has gone up there. But he's going to win Iowa. I've already came to that conclusion. So it's not going to be a landslide. Like, now let's move to Ohio, then we'll go to Michigan, then to Pennsylvania, then we'll go north to New Hampshire, then go to Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, down to Florida, and then we'll do the little scenarios. And I'm pretty, at this point, and I've said this probably the last couple of videos, I'm almost certain Trump's going to win Iowa and Ohio. I'm 100% certain he is. Nevada, I'm pretty sure Nevada's going to go blue, but it could very well go red. We don't know. Trump's lead, he's always had about a 1.6 point lead, you know. But, Ohio's a big state. Electorally, I mean, 18 electoral votes, that can decide the election right there. Let's go and look at the Michigan polls. And actually, I learned that Michigan, because I've always heard, Wisconsin, Michigan, they're battleground states that lean blue. And I went to Subway yesterday, I looked at the TV, and it said, Trump catching up to Clinton in once reliably blue Michigan. And I was like, are they tied in Michigan? Are you serious? Clinton has a 5-point lead there. And we'll do the scenario, what it would look like if Trump won Michigan. Oh my God, that would hurt her. She would have to, And the thing of Pennsylvania is, if she lost Pennsylvania, how the fuck would she win? And I'm not meaning that. I'm not saying just fuck for some random reason. I mean, I'm saying that because of how serious it is. If she lost Pennsylvania, lost Nevada, and lost North Carolina, Georgia, it's over. Which we'll do that scenario at the end, if that does happen. We have a lot of scenarios. I might forget to do a couple. If I do, put it in the comments, and I'll try to get it done tomorrow. Clinton, she's maintained that lead in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's one of those states, she just needs. It's just, it's so important. Let's look at New Hampshire polls. In a lot of the states, the Senate has changed a lot. We'll do a video on that tomorrow. It's changed. It's changed so much. Trump has a 2-point lead in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, lots of people don't realize. They see 4 electoral votes and they say, it's only 4 electoral votes. What's going to happen? if let me double check what I'm saying here. I think if Al Gore would have won, yeah, let me just go over here to Real Clear Politics. That'll be better. I think Al Gore lost New Hampshire. Okay. Let me just take a little look here. No, it's loading. This is very old. This. I wonder how old this is. We'll go back to that. Virginia polls. Ooh, her lead. And this is not the time for your lead to be slipping. Okay, these may just be polls, but this is not the time. Clinton's maintaining that lead in Virginia. That's another one of those states she just desperately needs. She just needs it. And we're gonna go and let that load. Go to North Carolina and Georgia at this point. Like if Georgia did go blue, essentially if Georgia went blue, that would be Michigan going red. What would happen to Trump? But Georgia's probably going to go red. But we'll look at the polls. Let's see here. Ooh, slight lead, but that's a lead nonetheless. So Clinton hasn't won yet, in case you didn't see that. Yep, she's at 268. I thought I didn't even realize that she's only at 268. Oh my gosh, that's ooh Jesus. Oh, that's a big change. See, that's why I'm saying New Hampshire. So New Hampshire, watch. New Hampshire would put it over the edge. It wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, that's taking too long. Let me just go on Wikipedia. Now, Wikipedia, you don't use it for research, but if you just want to look something up quick, yeah, they have it right. Like the little Electoral College maps, they have those right, and I've already verified this. I just want to double check something here. I'm pretty yeah, you see that? If Al Gore would have won New Hampshire, he would have won the presidency. Let's see here. Trump's lead has gone up. I think he used to have like a 4-point lead there, so it's going to go red. Now, Florida's the game changer. If Florida goes red, it's 268, 268. These little. Then if Florida goes blue, she wins. Florida is a. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is close. Now, it may not look close, 268, 239. But look, Florida goes red. They're tied. And then these little electoral congressional districts, which I don't know how to find polls for that. I've actually tried to find them, and I just can't. If he's ahead in Florida, oh, barely ahead. Just barely. She wins. But do you see how close that is? Now this is probably, say this goes red to Trump. What is this little? And then that goes blue, which it probably will. That's why we're going to look at 298, 240. Okay. Now this is what I was saying. Say Clinton loses Pennsylvania, right? And she's still winning, right? But she also loses Colorado. They're tied. See, those are the states right now that she needs to focus on. She needs to focus. There's not many days left, but not really focus on. But what she needs to do, if she wants to win, is maintain her lead in those two states. All right, let's move on to the next. That was one of my scenarios. And then if Trump does win New Hampshire, he's also probably going to win Colorado. She still wins, but this is if he wins New Hampshire, of course. Then say Clinton wins New Hampshire. She could go on to lose Colorado. She could lose Pennsylvania. Wouldn't matter. But you see how close that is? Insanely close. And then my other thing, I'm trying to think of all my scenarios, but I forgot, sorry. Say Trump wins Florida. Okay? Then he also, and this is, lots of people don't acknowledge this. And this isn't going to be a game changer yet. He wins New Hampshire. Okay? Now they're tied electorally. There's no other electoral votes to go. And I didn't talk about this scenario. I see I've already forgotten some of the scenarios. So please remind me in the comments, and I'll do a video. This is what I'm saying. And this could very well happen, this little electoral. This could be what it looks like. He could very well win New Hampshire, Florida, and Nevada. And Ohio and Iowa. He's he's gonna win Iowa, okay? He's gonna win Ohio at this point if polls are right. He's gonna win North Carolina if polls are right. It's a tight race there, but he has the edge. Okay? Very slight edge, but it's there. And then say Clinton wins Ohio. She beats the odds. But then say he ends up taking Virginia. Okay? And also takes Colorado. He wins. Is he going to take Virginia? Not a good chance. Then say she takes Ohio, but then he takes Pennsylvania. He wins. Let me go on. Say then he wins Michigan. This is what I was saying. If she won Michigan, if he wins Michigan, okay, you may look at that and say, well, she still wins, 271, 267. But at the point is, the Midwest, those are usually the states that report first, like Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, Minnesota, and I said Iowa. These states right here. These let's see here. What did I just say here? Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Those 7 states are the states that tend to report first. So these are the states that tend to, tell you who's going to win. They don't exactly tell you who's going to win, and then Pennsylvania as well. So say this is what it ends up looking like. Say these states, no other states have reported yet. Yeah, let's go and mark these all as toss up. Alright, alright, it looks like this. Just keep your eye, this is all you see so far. Say Trump does win. That would almost, no, we'll go and mark all of these as toss up. Just so you can see. Let me go and pause this. Okay, but anyway, these are the states that report first. Usually, like in 08, these were the first states you saw. Okay, say this comes in. Okay? And this is all you see. Say Trump does win Iowa, and he's going to win Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, right? Then all these other Republican strongholds start coming in, right? And these are Republican strongholds. These are states that are going to go red, right? Western Kentucky. Yeah, let me go and give them the South. Because if you think Clinton's going to win in the South, she's not. You see this, right? Now, you may say, where are you going with this? Essentially what I'm saying is, I started with that to just show how big his lead is with Pennsylvania, right? And then all these states start coming in. So Clinton's starting to get some relief. Her blue strongholds are coming in as just a rescue. But then you see what happened? See, a lot of people probably didn't see what just went on. Trump just won. And see, it may not make sense what I was doing. Here, let me just go and get all these other states so you can see. Now, it may not make sense why I marked all those states as toss-ups. I did that so you can see where I'm starting from, so you can focus on this area alone. I was showing you all these states. If he wins Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Iowa, and Indiana, okay? Lots of people didn't realize this, okay? And then he also went on. Say Clinton does win. Sorry, let me mark that. I didn't realize. I was trying to highlight what happens if he does win those Rust Belt, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Iowa. Iowa's not in the Rust Belt. And then he goes on. The polls are right in Nevada. He wins there. Polls are right up in New Hampshire. He wins there. Wins all the other Republican strongholds. Polls are right in North Carolina. He wins there. Florida, it's within the margin of error. Say he wins there. He wins the election. And he just needs to win New Hampshire. He doesn't even need New Hampshire. Say New Hampshire goes blue. Say Nevada goes blue. Right? Say, for God's sake, say Iowa goes blue. Okay? He can risk those states. The states he needs to win, and these are the only states he needs to win, swing state-wise, are Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Florida. Only states he needs to win. And then, if he wants to get a bigger margin of victory, he wins there. Now what I'm going to do is reset the map to what it looks like based on the polls. Here's what it was. See how close that is? I mean, 298, 240. That's a pretty big, margin of victory. But I'm just saying, if he ended up winning, hell, he ends up winning Pennsylvania and Florida. There you go. Like, that would be the only thing that needs to change. If the polls switched right now in Pennsylvania and Florida and the polls stayed the same everywhere else, okay, he would win. Like, if the polls are wrong in only Pennsylvania and Florida, he would win the election. Just think about that. So, say the polls are wrong, which, God, if you are there, please don't let them be wrong. But say they are. If those polls are wrong in Pennsylvania and Florida, he wins the election. And the polls are right everywhere else. It's a scary thing. Oh, scary. Didn't say Clinton. The polls are wrong in North Carolina. I'm kidding, of course. But here's what I think the map's going to look like personally. And the map has changed. I think Nevada's going to go blue. I think Florida's going to go red. Okay, I really do. I think this is what... But then I also think New Hampshire, is going to go blue. Well, the thing with Florida is, I'm having weird things. I just said I think it's going to go red. Let me retract that. I think it's going to go blue, but I don't think it's going to go blue in a landslide. I think Ohio is going to go red. I think this is what the map will look like. But, again, we do polls only. This is what it looks like with the polls. See, if he just flipped Florida and Pennsylvania, acknowledge that, please. Just think about that. He flips those two states, it's over for Hillary. That's how scary it is. Okay, and now let's take a look at the Senate, just because we're recording, why not? Let me go and pause the video, and I'll get back to you. And we're back. Some change, I believe. I don't believe Ohio was a battleground state before. But we're going to go and make this quick. We'll just use 538, and then tomorrow we'll do a longer video focusing just on the Senate. Things have changed so much. Democrat-wise, it's hurting the Democrats a lot. It's loading, sorry. Let's look at the Senate forecast. Do you see how much this has changed? Do you remember? It was 74% chance of Democrats keeping the Senate. Now it's only 50. What has changed? Don't tell me where's Feingold. Oh my God, scary. Now it's only 51.1% chance of Democrats taking the Senate. So if you're a Democrat and you're going out to vote, don't just vote on the top of the ticket. Vote up and down. Blue. Okay? So this is the polls. Let's look at the polls only. See how that changed? Polls plus. Nevada. Looks like it's going to go blue. Polls only. A lot changes. So Nevada, Joe Heck, looking like he's going to keep his Senate. He's going to take a Senate seat. Arizona, John McCain's going to keep it. Wisconsin, I'm hoping Russ Feingold's going to win. Even if the Democrats don't take back the Senate, we need Russ Feingold back in the Senate. Missouri has changed. Roy Blunt's probably going to keep his Senate seat. Illinois, Tammy Duckworth's still up there. Hell of a chance at winning. Hopefully she does win. Ooh, Indiana's probably going to go red. Even though it is a currently red seat. Ohio, I'll be right back. And I'm back. I had to go do some things. But, okay, let's go back. Ohio, 1% chance of the Democrat they're going to win. Could they still win? Yeah. Is it likely? No. Sadly. Looks like Katie Janney's going to pick up that seat in Pennsylvania. Oh, New Hampshire. New Hampshire's still very close. And you ready to give the Republicans a majority? Because there's no way the Democrats are going to win in North Carolina and Florida. I hate to hurt your feelings, but they're not. Damn it, this pisses me off. Yeah, so here we go. 52-48, the VP. Give it to the Dems. Because it looks like they're going to win. And I'm going to go and point this out again. What needs to happen? Now, if you look at the polls plus, which honestly, if you look at the polls only, look, Alright, this is what we're looking at. Polls only, 52-48. Polls plus, we're looking at, looks better for the Democrats. Much better. They keep that seat. Let's see here. Missouri, let's see here. Oh, New Hampshire changed. Still very close, but it changed. So there we go. Now we're at a 50-50. And that's... everything else is the same? Yeah. Now let's look at the nowcast. The election was held today. Everything stays the same. So this is the thing that's... I think that's changed, that has stopped the Democrats from... Okay, I didn't mean to hit that. That has stopped the Democrats from holding that. I think at one time we ended up like at a 52-48 majority. It's Indiana. Indiana has shifted to the right. It used to be like Evan Bayh had like a 61% chance of winning. Missouri for a little bit looked like it was going to go blue. And those were the two states that gave them that 52-48 was Missouri and Indiana. And North Carolina, for a day or two, looked like as if it was going to go blue. Would it have been nice? It would have been very nice. But it didn't. So, it sucks. It really does. And, see, the thing is, if the Democrats lose Nevada, they lose the Senate. They need to hold that seat. Things have gotten a hell of a lot harder. Now, here's what could happen. Nevada, say they do hold that seat, which they have a good chance of doing, but they also have a good chance at losing it. Say they hold it. Indiana, they win there, which is also very, very possible. You got to realize that. Right now, it's not looking good, but it's highly possible they win Indiana. They have a 51-49 majority. Missouri, I'm still sure Jason Kander has a chance. He still has a hell of a chance at winning. Is it going to be hard? Yes. But is it possible? Yes. Say they win in Missouri. Now they have a 52-48. Then say, North Carolina goes blue. Say Florida goes blue. Say South Carolina. Okay, I'm kidding with all that. But Florida, at this point, I don't think it's going to go blue. North Carolina sure as hell isn't, sadly. But if Democrats could pick up that seat in Florida, that'd be nice. It doesn't look like they're going to, but hopefully they will. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.